Jesus said that we ought to carry each other's burdens. In that way, we will fulfill the law of Christ and to weep with those who are weeping. Yet, how often do we see or hear a tragedy where people are suffering? We're sad for a split millisecond, but then we go about our day as if nothing happened. That is not how God designed for us to be. Jesus wept and mourned with those who were weeping and mourning, and his heart was filled with so much compassion that he actually did something about it. So how can we be more like Jesus? How can we have a heart that breaks for what breaks his? And how can we truly mourn with those who are mourning? Okay, let's put it into practice. As you can see here, I have a calendar from Voice of the Martyrs, which lists each day a prayer request from our persecuted brothers and sisters who are suffering for Christ. So my goal is that if you feel led by the Holy Spirit, that we would pray each week for each person right here. So for 1 week, we would just pray for these prayer requests. I know it seems a lot and it's like another thing that's added onto your plate, but let's fix our eyes on eternity. How crazy amazing would it be if our prayers somehow play a part in releasing Christians who are right now in prison for Christ? As we recently heard that 13 Christians have been released in Eritrea, but 2 brothers who have been in prison for 20 years are still there. And how crazy would it be if our prayers somehow play a part in distributing Bibles in hard-to-reach countries and harvest thousands and thousands of souls for Christ, like in Congo and Mozambique? How crazily amazing would it be if our prayers somehow play a part in the eternal healing of our brothers and sisters who were abused by either family members or extremist groups? Like recently, 135 women and 206 children were released from extremist groups, and these women have been sexually assaulted and been forced into marriage. But there's still many women and children that are still captured. Isn't that worth 30 or 40 minutes a week of our time to bring eternal healing, eternal hope, and eternal salvation in Jesus' name? One day we will see the fruits of our prayers. If not here, then for sure in eternity. And then we will see our brothers and sisters whom we had the privilege to pray for, and we will stand side by side and worshiping the Lord with a joyful noise, praising him for his faithfulness, because God promised in his word that whatever we ask in his will, he will hear us. So who wants to join in our weekly prayer gathering?